That's correct, Dr. Marshall. Years ago, you'll remember that two large pharmaceutical companies hired a New York-based media firm to conduct a what I like to call a disinformation campaign against the BX protocol. You may recall a particular statement on one big pharma-sponsored website. It reads, BX protocol, like most alternative or complementary health methods, is groundless and lacks any scientifically plausible rationale. Conversely, pharmaceutical drugs used in conventional medicine have undergone responsible investigation, meet the science-based criteria for safety and effectiveness, and are proven to enhance the quality of primary healthcare practices worldwide. I mean, guys, you can't make this stuff up. And I think most of the people on this webinar are all too familiar with the corrosive influence of the pharmaceutical industry on both biomedical research and the practice of medicine in general. It's a sad truth, but medical science is often subordinated to the goals of corporate profit, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to discern that reality. So clearly we have a problem. We have a big problem, but guess what? That problem creates a wave of opportunity for the maverick. The maverick rejects erroneous ideas like the idea that big pharma somehow has your best interest in mind. The maverick fully understands that big pharma, listen, they lie, they cheat, they steal, and they kill to protect corporate profits, okay? And we certainly can't count on politicians to hold drug companies responsible for drug efficacy. After all, it's the FDA that claims that drugs are both safe and effective, and yet, according to the Journal of the American Medical Association, drugs are the fifth leading cause of death in the United States. So, in efforts to for healthcare reform are more about who gets the money than who gets healthy. Listen, people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's a doctor knows best, death by doctor paradox. Not to impugn the type of doctors that are on this webcast, those that are really attempting to break out of the box, of course. So clearly, I mean, we have a problem, Houston. And guess what? Every revolution needs a problem. The greater the problem, the greater the opportunity. So let's talk about the solution, because if you're here, you already know what the problem is. So this is what we're going to cover, guys. I'm going to present my vision for the Life Engine. We'll break down the business model and discuss products and technologies, current and future. I'll explore the marketing methodology, the sales process, and if you guys stick with me at the end here, I'm going to present two little pots of gold. And I promise you guys, if you stick around, it's going to be worth it, okay? And at the conclusion, I'm going to tell you about a strategic action planning workshop. It's not for everybody, but certainly a process that serious marketers they're going to want to take advantage of. Those that are actual business builders, which obviously is not everyone here, but that'll be very important. Let me just cut to the chase here, because my job here is to convince you that the BX protocol paradigm has enough magnetism, enough pull power to actually warrant your consideration, that it's a kind of a force of attraction capable of garnering the attention of your clients or your prospective coaches, whatever. How effectively do we really solve the global dilemma in healthcare? Any intelligent business or marketing professional is going to want to have an answer to that question. There are a few things that you're going to need to be convinced of at this stage. Vision. Years ago, I was the chairman of a multinational project company called G7. The strategic planning phase of that organization, which lasted for probably around 6 months, was overseen by a cute little Jewish guy by the name of George. And this guy's one of the top strategic planners in the country. It's what he did for a living. And I'll never forget a statement that he made about vision. He said, "See the future. Visualize the organization in 1, 5, 10, and 20-year blocks. What does it look like?" Strategic planning is important, he used to say, but vision always precedes strategy. Okay? So let me share with you my vision. See if I can get a buy-in from you on this vision, okay? Fast forward with me here. It's January 1st, 2027. I just finished a live webinar. We had 10,000 participants from 31 countries, which means that we're probably enriching a lot of lives in 2027, right? Now, I'm thinking if 650,000 people died from chemotherapy just in the United States in 2017, then 650,000 people enrolling in our home program in 2027 shouldn't really be a big shock to people as a goal. right now in 2018, we have patients in 24 countries that use the BX protocol, and doctors in 17 countries. So this isn't some pie in the sky theory here. This is actually going to happen. So stay with me. It's 2027. Okay, 650,000 people in the home program, and 130,000, or approximately 20% of our total membership for that year, visiting one of our 30 health restoration resorts worldwide. Each resort having the capacity for roughly 4,000 to 5,000 patients annually. We now have over 1 million active coaches in the Life Engine from 36 countries. BXU has become the dominant force in wellness education worldwide, with now over 10,000 active courses enlightening the world with a variety of life-enriching subjects on human health. Of course, with an emphasis on mitochondrial biophysics, right? With over 6,000 course instructors. As you'll recall, in 2018, we started the alpha, beta, and pre-launch phases of the Energenetics store. I'm glad to report that this year, in 2027, the Energenetics store, the integrative health fields version of eBay, did over 10 billion in gross sales. Overall, the company reported 40 billion in gross sales through all profit centers. So I don't know if you could buy into that, but that's what we're going to build. People say, well, you're a dreamer. Well, I figure if you have to think anyway, you might as well think big. That's the destiny of the Life Engine and the Delta family of companies, okay? How do we propose to be different from, let's say, the conventional realm? Well, in my opinion, we intend on being everything that the conventional realm isn't. Does that mean that we're not interested in peer review? Does that mean that we're not a science-based organization? No, absolutely not. I mean, we're pursuing that stuff on a hot and heavy basis. But this, I want to be clear about something. This is not club academia, where if you don't have a PhD in statistics, you can't even understand what the literature says, let alone how it's supposed to benefit you and your family. The story of the BX protocol, that's a story that's going to be shared with the public at large. 1 million coaches as independent media outlets unto themselves. But it's a story that we have the capability to tell that actually makes all the difference. It's a story of how broken, sick lives are actually put back together again. True health restoration is a story, I'm going to tell you right now, that very few people have the capability to tell. It's a story preserved for the authors of, legitimate breakthroughs. And BX Protocol, my friends, is a legitimate breakthrough. So bottom line, we have a clear vision, okay? And it's important you understand that, but we also have the capability to deliver on that vision. With that as kind of an introduction, let's go ahead and proceed with the Life Engine business presentation for coaches, and we'll see you on the other end. Thank you.